So Gdansk has concluded for the weekend, and surprisingly, Gholdengo was the first place finish. This deck has been around for quite a while. It was released back in Paradox Rift. It was like a decent-ish type of deck, a decent card. It didn't do a whole lot, but it was pretty powerful. It had a pretty powerful ability and a pretty powerful attack. As we went into the 2024 season, the deck started to pick itself up and actually see quite a bit of play as we saw more and more support cards be released, especially with the release of Energy Search Pro. That is, I think, when this deck started seeing the most amount of play, and now into our 2025-2026 season, the deck is seeing even more support and even more play because of it. We've had a bunch of new cards and also some reprints of old cards made this deck even stronger. So Gholdengo is a 260 HP metal Pokemon with the coin bonus ability. Once during your turn, you can draw a card, but if this Pokemon is in the active spot, you can draw an extra card. Very, very strong. Just if it's in the active spot, draw 2 cards, and if you've got any more on the bench, you can draw 1, or you could retreat into another one, draw an additional 2 cards, so on and so forth. A very, very strong form of consistency, especially for your main attacker. And then its attack and Make It Rain for 1 metal energy. Discard any number of basic energy cards from your hand, and this attack does 50 damage for each card you discarded in this way. So the more energy you're able to discard, the more damage you're able to do, and with cards like Superior Energy Retrieval, you can just get those energies back on the next turn and do it again. 50 damage for each energy does make maths, very simple. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Like 6 energy is 300 damage. So in some cases, especially with these high HP Pokemon, you are going to need like 6, 7 energies at most. But that's perfectly fine because all you need is 1 energy attachment and you can just start discarding a bunch of energies. Plus again, like I said, you can get those energies back with obviously Superior Energy Retrieval. When Energy Search Pro came out, you could search 1 of each type of energy. So this deck would just play, 1 of every single type of energy and then like multiple metal energies. Some lists will also play Monkey Dory, so you'd play multiple dark energies. So you can very easily just search 1 of every type of energy. And I think there is 7 types of energies. I'm not entirely certain on that, but you could basically just search a bunch of energies and just immediately start discarding them away. But in the current 2025-2026 season, this deck has yet even more support that just makes it incredibly consistent and also incredibly simplified. Like, you're not playing a bunch of one-ofs or random cards just to help with consistency and all that kind of stuff, because Gholdengo just naturally has really good consistency. One of those big cards being Genesect, released in Black Bolt and White Flare with its Metal Signal ability. Once during your turn, you may search your deck for up to 2 Evolution Metal Pokemon and put them into your hand. Its attack doesn't matter, but the ability is the reason why this card is seeing play inside of Gholdengo, because it means you can just cut out an entire card altogether, being Ultra Ball. You don't need to play Ultra Ball, you can just play Genesect, which basically just allows you to thin your deck by 2 every single turn as long as it's on the bench. Plus, this Pokemon allows this deck to go first and be pretty consistent with it, because you can just get a couple of Gimmighouls onto the bench, Nest Ball for a Genesect, or maybe you already have it in your hand, put it on the bench, Metal Signal for 2 Gholdengos, and you're ready for next turn. You can evolve into them, start drawing cards, and possibly start taking knockouts on your second turn. It's very, very strong. Previously, the deck has been playing Energy Search Pro as a way to get your energies out, but with the release of Mega Evolution, we've had one of the newest, strongest cards in the game being the Lunatone and Solrock engine, another deck that can utilize this engine really, really well. For those of you who don't know, Lunatone has the Lunar Cycle ability. Once during your turn, if you have Solrock in play, you can discard a basic fighting energy and draw 3 cards, but you can't use more than 1 of the ability per turn. So with Lunatone and Solrock on your bench, you can discard a fighting energy and draw 3 cards. Even more consistency for this deck, and again, it doesn't really matter that you're already discarding energy for an ability, because you can just Energy Search Pro, get those energies back, and then obviously discard them for an attack, or maybe keep a couple in your hand to discard for more draw. You can kind of see how the deck can get out of hand. You can just draw so many cards every turn. Like, if you have a setup of Lunatone, Solrock, and like 3 Gholdengos on the bench and a Gholdengo in the active, you can draw 2 from the active, possibly retreat into another one, draw 2 more, draw 1 each from the other 2 on the bench, so that's 6 cards, and then Lunar Cycle for 3 more. You've drawn 9 cards already. It's very, very strong. Plus, Solrock has a pretty decent attack of itself with Cosmic Beam. If you don't have Lunatone on your bench, This attack does nothing. The attack's damage isn't affected by weakness or resistance, but it does a pretty good 70 damage, which is enough to knock out a lot of basic Pokemon in the format, especially those with evolution lines. And in terms of other Pokemon, the only other real thing we play is Fezandipiti to, again, draw cards. You just want to draw with this deck. And the Gimmighoul we are choosing to play is the Gimmighoul from Surging Sparks, mainly because of its first attack. You can search your deck for 2 basic energy cards, reveal them, put them into your hand, and then shuffle your deck. There are other Gimmighouls, but this is the go-to one for most decks. And then in terms of item cards, only one Buddy Buddy Puffin, because everything else in this deck you can't search off of this. The only thing you can get with this is Gimmighoul, so because of that we are playing for Nest Ball instead. For Fighting Gun, this was also released in Mega Evolution. You can search your deck for a Fighting Energy card or a Fighting Pokemon, so you can search out your Solrock or Lunatone or a Fighting Energy that you can then discard with them, or maybe you need an extra Fighting Energy to do some extra damage with Gholdengo. Picnic Basket, this is more of like a counter to stuff like Monkey Dory and like Grimmsnarl, like heavy spread decks and I guess Dragapult and stuff like that. Basically just allowing you to heal 30 damage from every Pokemon. It can also be pretty good against stuff like Gardevoir. You can like get rid of some of their damage, so then they have to maybe put more energy onto a Screamtail so that they can do more damage, and if they don't have that then they can't do it, so on and so forth. Just a way to basically prevent your opponent from taking multiple knockouts, especially in the Dragapult matchup, because they can just hit a Gholdengo, put 60 on a benched one, and then boss up that other one, knock out with 200, and then put 6 on the one that they already hit, and basically take 4 prizes. One Premium Power Pro, just in case you want to attack with Solrock and do that little bit of extra damage. Prime Catcher is the new ace pick of choice, because again, we don't really need to play Energy Search Pro anymore, because we have the Lunatone and Solrock engine. Super Rod, in case we need to put anything back in the deck. Superior Energy Retrieval, so we can get energies back and start dealing damage with Gholdengo. Artisan, in case we need to get any basic Pokemon out of the deck. And then in terms of support cards, we're only playing 4 different types. We're playing Arven, of course, because Arven is Arven. And Air Balloon is a very, very strong card in this deck, because Gholdengo does have a retreat cost of 2. So you can attach an Air Balloon and just retreat into another one and get that little bit of extra advantage with coin bonus. Plus we are also playing Vitality Band, in case you need to do just that little bit of extra damage. 3 Boss's Orders, because we just want to bring up something that we can easily knock out, obviously. 1 Lana's Aid, so we can easily get energy out of the discard. It's basically a superior energy retrieval on a supporter, basically, but you can also get Pokemon back with it, non-rule box Pokemon specifically. And then Turo. Turo is actually very, very powerful in this deck, because you can pick up something that your opponent could easily knock out, like say you've used up your Genesect and you want to get rid of a bench slot, you can just get up your Genesect and then put something else down. If your Gholdengo's taken some damage, you can just Turo it back up and then evolve into a different Gimmighoul, so on and so forth. This card is very, very powerful in this deck. And then for energy, we have 8 Fighting Energy and 3 Metal Energy. So I'm going to take this deck onto the ladder, play a couple of games with it, we'll see how we do. This is my first time playing this deck, so I may make some mistakes, but I think this deck is pretty simple to play, pretty streamlined type of game plan. Very much like Ceruledge, you want to go first because you're a stage 1. I think most stage 1 decks want to go first. But yeah, we're going to take it onto the ladder and see how we're able to do. Hopefully I manage to win some games, and hopefully they don't take an extremely long time. I'm going to pick Tails. So this is technically the second game, because I played the first game and my opponent immediately timed out, lost the coin flip. Hopefully our opponent goes second. No, it's fine. Just means we're going to be on a bit of a delay, I guess, trying to set up. I have a feeling they might be playing Eevee. Eevee actually got second at Gdańsk, so it is a pretty good deck. They are not playing Eevee, they are playing Lucario. I'm not sure how well this deck is favourable into the Lucario matchup, because you obviously can, make it rain, knock out a free prizer. So we'll just have to wait and see. Artisan, though, it's pretty good for us. Looking at this hand, we only have Nest Ball, Earthen Vessel, Gong, and then 3 Fighting Energies. In the cycle, attach onto the active. That means they might have a Lucario EX in hand ready to go for next turn. I'm going to start off with an Artisan, see what we have in the deck. View all. Your Genesect, we have all 3 of those. We have those. We only have one air balloon. Okay. So we're going to go for the Lunatone. Gong for Sorok. I'm going to nest for the Genesect. We're going to Metal Signal. Get out 2 Gholdengos to help fin the deck. Also going to Vessel. Get out a Metal and a Fighting just to also fin the deck. And then we're going to Lunar Cycle. Okay. I'm actually going to keep that one in hand and get 2 from the deck. And then I am going to Mirror Errand Running. Pretty decent setup for next turn. We have 5 energy, so we're hitting 250, I believe. Arven. Okay. Air Balloon, Vessel. So if they get the Hariyama, that is a little bit annoying because they probably go for the Genesect, but they do need a few damage boosts to get that KO. Eventually another Makuhita. But I do think we're in a pretty good position right here. Mega Signal. I don't think Mega Lucario normally plays Mega Signal. Right, so those are going to be my 2 immediate targets for KO. We do need 7 energies in order to KO Mega Lucario. You're going to see the Aura Jab. Oh yeah, we have a fighting resistance. Except on Gholdengo. Gholdengo doesn't have fighting resistance. They are going to try and set up the Makuhita. Just promote Gimmighoul, I guess. And start drawing. Metal Signal. Fin the deck. Bench Gimmighoul. Gonna evolve. Evolve. We are gonna attach. I'm gonna Gong for an energy. I'm gonna coin bonus first. Vessel and a Nest Ball. Okay, we have more than enough energy. Well, we have exactly the right amount of energy that we need. But I could get a superior energy retrieval, which I do kind of want to see. It's not there. Okay. 1 more coin bonus. Nope. So I can boss up something, possibly boss up Makuhita, maybe? Although I do kind of need to get rid of this. I'm only hitting 300. I'm gonna Super Rod here. I'm just gonna do this just to do it, I guess. And then again, I could just attack with Soul Rock to finish it off, so I am gonna make it rain. 4, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 300. Actually, I'm gonna do 25. I think I'm gonna do 25. Yeah, because I do want to keep this Metal Energy. I'm only gonna do 250. Unfortunate, but it's fine. Probably just gonna go for a Mega Brave, to be honest, to hit the 1-hit KO, which I'm fine with. Yeah, they're just gonna swap into this one. Okay. I mean, I'm fine with that, I suppose. They've already attached for turn. Yeah, there's Mega Brave. I do need to start getting those superior energy retrievals. Gong. Sure. Gong for fighting energy. Evolve. Attach. I'm gonna Artisan to get all that Gimme Gore put back. And then I don't think I can Metal Signal. We're gonna coin bonus. Can I get a superior energy retrieval, please? That would be nice. Are they just not in the deck? I'm sorry. There's 3 in the deck and I haven't seen a single one. Have I used this one? No, I haven't. That is so bad. I might just concede this game, like... How have I not I'm 15 cards left in deck and I haven't drawn a single one. I could just stall. Like, I think I'd just stall, like... Oh, I forgot to use the coin bonus on the bench. But like... That is so bad. Literally 15 cards left in deck. I have 3 superiors in the deck. And I haven't seen a single one. Okay, Mega Signal. With the awful looking gold cards. Just gonna put it out there. I think those gold cards look terrible. They look horrible. I mean, this deck does play Turbo, so they can literally just Turbo up the Makuhita, and then I'm in an incredibly awful spot. Ultra. I'm gonna Hariyama. I mean, one of my air balloons is prized. So... Do they already have Hariyama? Iono? Yes, thank you. Maybe I'll draw all 3 of them now. I drew 1, that's fine. And the pass. Coin bonus. There's the boss. Turo. Gong. Sure, I'll just thin the deck out so I have some cards to discard. Two, 3... I think I still have a Metal Energy in deck, so I will get 4 fightings. I'm gonna Lunar Cycle one of them. There's another Superior. I'm gonna retreat. Coin bonus. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4... 5, 6, 7. Get rid of this and an Artisan. 2, 3, 4. And then boss. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Finally. That's fine, I guess, because if we draw the 3rd Superior, we can Lana for the other 3 energies. Which doesn't mean we can't boss, but we do have 2 Dengers, so they basically just don't put a Lucario in the active. And if they do KO, I have Fez for, you know, even more draw. I can literally draw 5 cards. and just see what I need. But I do think we have this. As long as they don't Iona me. If they Iona me, I'm going to have to do quite a lot of digging. They are going to retreat out. That does kind of ruin my plan. Hariyama, what are you going to bring up? Okay, they're just going for an easy KO. They have power plus. It's only just 210. They're doing a crying emoji. I mean, I do need to retreat this out. Which I can't do. No, they just conceded. And even then, I would have played it out because my other air balloon's prized, so it would have been a really bad situation for me. Okay, hopefully we don't get incredibly unlucky this game and prize all of the free superiors that we had in the deck. Well, not prize, but get like 90% through the deck and just don't see a single one. Our opponent wins the coin flip again. Yay! I'm going first. Which is how it should be. And we mulligan, so they're going to know what we're playing immediately. How many mulligans did we have? Only the one. Ooh, that's not good. That's really bad. That is awful. But what is our opponent playing is the main question. They are playing Gengar. I forgot that this deck was out. Okay, that kind of fixes things. Yeah, I forgot that these decks were out now. So this is going to be interesting. Ew, that's not good. I'm going to do some finning. And I guess we'll attach here. And pass. Is this thing? Oh yeah, they're weak to fighting as well. But the Cosmic Beam isn't affected by weakness or resistance. Choosing to go second with... I mean, I guess Team Evo's pretty good because then you can get Toxtricities set up. Toxtricity is a very, very powerful card. I imagine this is probably just gonna... This could be Absol as well. Because some Absol lists have been playing the Toxtricity. We'll just have to wait and see. Is that... Huh? Playing the Rockets Arbok. I forgot what that does, but I think it's very annoying. I do actually want to read this Rockets Arbok if they choose to Team Evo into it, which I imagine they're probably going to do. Probably set up another one, then maybe another Toxel. Double Toxel. We're going for the double Toxtricity. Nest. Okay, they're playing like a rocket. Playing like a rocket deck. So what are they going to evolve into? If they evolve into Golbat, it doesn't do anything, because it's only if you play it from the hand. It's either going to be evolve this or evolve this. I do actually want... I hope they evolve into an Arbok, because I do want to read that. Toxtricity. Just double Toxtricity. Okay. So they probably already have an Arbok in hand, or maybe a Crobat, possibly. I'll do the Artisan. Thank you for putting it down. Get up, Gimmighoul. I could actually just attack with this, but I do have to give up an air balloon. We'll see what we draw. It's gonna be one of those. Air balloon. Touch. And Cosmic Beam. This is not going well. I also didn't even check what we had in the deck. I didn't do the view all, which I probably should have done. Promoting up the Zubat. I imagine Golbat or Crobat have like free retreat. I know their attacks are like pretty decent. I think Crobat is it does some damage and then puts itself back into the hand or something like that, so you can just obviously do it again next turn. Heart is on for nothing. Interesting. Nest. Probably for Fezandipity. Petulant. Yeah, I guess so. Oh, they already had Fez. Okay, then. Dark onto the Ekans. Is that what it's called? Sinister Surge? Nah, that's an awful name. Another Sinister Surge. They don't have Monkey Dory or anything to like move around any damage, but maybe the Arbok does damage based on how much stuff is on it. That's fine. It means I have 2 Superiors on the deck, but I can just shuffle the deck if needs be. But I did that Gholdengo. I needed that Gholdengo. Why would you do this to me? I can at least get some energy out. I could Picnic Basket. The Hidden Tech heal their own Pokemon. So I don't know what Arbok does. They put 3 energy on it, so I imagine it has a pretty costly attack. Unless they thought this was Surviper. But then again, they don't have a Mega EX in play. Okay, they're going to Subjugate Chain for Fez. And just pass. Okay, do they want me to knock out Fez? Does that kind of fix anything? I don't think it does. I'll just get another Gimme Goal. And then, oh no, I can get a Nest Ball. Oh yeah, that kind of does fix things. Yeah. No, I don't want that, I want this. And I guess all I can get is this. I'm gonna Nest Ball for the Genesect. Then we Genesect for 2 Gholdengo. And then we Gong for a Fighting Energy. And then we Earthen Vessel for a Metal and a Fighting. And then we Evolve. I'm gonna attach to this one. I'm gonna retreat. I'm gonna Coin Bonus. Prime Superior. With these cards in hand, that's... I mean, I could possibly draw something that's actually I want to discard. Oh, these are gonna be some rough discards. Arven. Oh, this is not good. I guess a Gholdengo. It's gonna have to be an air balloon, I guess. Yeah, it's gonna have to be the air balloon. 2, 3, 4. Make it rain. 5, 10, 15, 20. Thank you for the free 2 prizes. Gong and Arven, and we have Superior for next turn. Probably not going to put down any Megas. Plus we have double Gholdengo for next turn, and even if they, you know, Iona me again, I have Genesect, so I can just get them out. Which is why Genesect is a very good card. Right, what does this do? What does this do? As long as Pokemon is in the active spot, your opponent can't play any Pokemon that have an ability from their hand except for Team Rocket's Pokemon. This attack does 30 damage to each of your opponent's Pokemon. Damn, I discard the Picnic Basket. The Hidden Tech. The Hidden Tech specifically for this matchup. Well, I have Prime Boss, so I can just bring up something else. It literally doesn't matter. It does do 30 to every bench. Put it on the active. Interesting. Very interesting. I'm probably just gonna prime up the Petulant. I'll boss up the Petulant and then I can just use my abilities. And then they're in a situation where I just need 1 KO and I win, so it doesn't matter what they put up. Sinister Surge for nothing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Interesting. Only play 5 energy. Subjugating. And then Spinning Tail. 30 on everything. I'm fine with that. Yeah, I kind of don't care. I just do this. Going bonus. Free discard. Okay, I have 3 Gholdengo set up. I only need, yeah, I need 4 energy. I'll just... Oh yeah, I don't have my air balloons anymore. Okay. Superior. Get rid of this and this. For fighting. Make it rain. 5, 10, 15, 20. And now they're in a situation where it literally does not matter what they put up, because I KO it. So what are you gonna do? You have been checkmated. Unless you Iona me. It says I can't play Pokemon with abilities, but I can still use my abilities. Which I'm fine with. Boss's orders on the Genesect. They're gonna try and stall me. I have Prime. It literally doesn't matter. They are attempting to stall, but it does not matter. They have played 2 Fez. Oh no, they super rolled it back. You're gonna attack with Fez? What are you gonna hit, this and this? I can just Prime. This is my favourite part, is when they do all this setup to try and like counter my play, and then I just have the 1 card that I need. There's the goal back. Yeah, this does it's 1 damage counter on 2 of your opponent's Pokemon. 2 damage counters on 1 Pokemon. I see. And then they're gonna Adrenabrain. Didn't use the other Toxtricity, which is interesting. What do I actually want to kill? I'm gonna kill something. Do 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 do. I don't know why I did that. I mean, I had enough energies to begin with. It doesn't matter. Get rid of all of them. GG's. Interesting deck. But this has a lot of ways to play around. You play free boss, you play a prime catcher, so you can easily just get rid of the Arbok and then just start doing stuff. But a very interesting deck. Final game of the video. Is that my coin? No, my opponent has the Zoroark coin as well, based. Please pick heads, because tails always fails. Never mind. I mean it did. But tails always fails except when it doesn't. Yay! I'm going first. Thank you. This is... oh, they have the Zoroark sleeves as well. They are playing Zoroark. Who could have guessed? I actually don't know what I want here. I'm gonna do this. Just to Finn. I do have Genesect. Don't have Fez, but that doesn't matter. I just want to see what I draw. 1 Gimmighoul. I drew the Genesect and the Gimmighoul. Give! Pass. I'm in a pretty good position for next turn. let's see what you're doing. Because this deck has gone through quite a few changes since it first came out. Immediately start with an Iono. I do not care. I have Genesect. Triple Gimme Ghoul. Yo. Yeah, this deck mainly focuses on Reshiram now as its main form of attack instead of like Reshiram and Darmanitan. The deck's still pretty good. Some lists have also been playing Toad Scroll as a way of like, you know, like slowing down your opponent, controlling the board. A Cleffer. Yveltal. That's going to be a bit annoying, but I'm fine with it. Cleffer for 6. That's fine with me. Just gonna Metal Signal. I just bench 2. 1, 2. Gong. Evolve. That's the wrong Pokemon. Luna. This might be a Lana right here. Oh no, I can just Air Balloon. Yeah. I could Prime. Do I KO? I only have 3. So I don't KO. I could get rid of some. I could get rid of one of his Zoruas, which would be very nice. I think I'm gonna do that. Yeah, I'm gonna get rid of one of the Zoruas. Just because. And then make it rain. 5, 10. Get rid of the Zorua with energy and also Air Balloon on it. Just to help slow him down a little bit. They do play the Darmanitan. Huh. Interesting. I mean, I can just evolve my Gimme Ghouls next turn, so I'm not really scared of the Darmanitan. What did they discard? Turo, Night Stretcher, Monkey. Those are some good cards you're getting rid of. The other 3 cards in your hand must be even better. What did they add? It doesn't tell me. Oh, here we go. PP, Watchtower. Watchtower doesn't do anything. Cyrano. So now they can start drawing cards. Only double. Didn't go for the triple. And Mochi. So what are they gonna attack with? Or what are they gonna copy the attack over? Or are they just gonna try and set up? So the only thing they're gonna be copying is Rolling Tackle or Flare. Not doing much at the moment. So they did get the PP up, so they can just PP up to Zoroark. What are you copying the attack of? Okay then. I think they realised. That was a quick game. I actually wanted to play that one out. But I guess we'll take it. So overall, Gholdengo is pretty good. I've got to give it that. It is pretty good. Very simple deck to play. Also, I actually very much enjoyed myself, very much figuring out like the correct way of sequencing things. Obviously, you want to use a bunch of your search cards first before you start using stuff like Coin Bonus and Lunar Cycle, because you want to thin your deck as much as possible and then start drawing so you can actually find those key pieces that you need. Genesect is incredibly busted in this deck. You can just go first, Nestball for a Genesect, get 2 Gholdengos for your Gimme Ghouls next turn if you get Gimme Ghouls. It's also just a really good way of thinning out your deck, so if you don't have Gimme Ghouls, you can still just Lunar Cycle and now you're not drawing Gholdengos, you could instead draw other stuff that you do need. I do like how you sequence things in the deck. It is very, very interesting and very fun. This is something I might see myself playing in the future. Actually, I managed to go on a 3-0 streak with it. I'm pretty proud of myself for that, especially considering it's the first time I've played the deck. But yeah, I do think this deck is just incredibly good. It has so much consistency. You have so many ways to draw cards. You have so many ways to search for your deck. I do think the crutch of the deck kind of is its own attack, and the fact that you need to get energy back into the hand, as you saw with that first game. I just wasn't seeing any superior energy retrievals, and thus I couldn't do anything. I couldn't attack. I mean, I could attack, but only for like a little bit of damage, which is not really what you want to be doing with this deck. You want to be taking those one-hit KOs. You don't want to be like doing a bit of damage and then doing a bit of damage next turn. You want to be taking KO and after KO after KO, which is something that the deck does struggle with, the fact that you pretty much need to play superior energy retrieval to get those energies back. If you prize some of them, then that's incredibly unfortunate, because then you won't be able to hit those KOs, and then if you do hit those KOs and you don't get them off of prizes, you're a little bit screwed. But this deck has so many upsides to its downsides. Again, it's incredibly consistent. Genesect is incredibly powerful, just alleviating the need to play stuff like Ultra Ball, and you can do it on the first turn, so then you're set up for next turn. This engine is just incredibly strong, again, more consistency, and then you can just get those energies back. You can now play an even better A-Spec card. You don't need to play Energy Search Pro anymore. And just in terms of what cards you play, you just don't play that many, which I find really nice in some decks, like very simplified down decks. Like, for example, Ceruledge, you basically don't play a whole lot of cards, but every card you play is very, very powerful. And I can't think of much else to say about this deck. It's pretty good from what I enjoy playing it, and it's probably only going to continue being good into the future. I believe it's currently the top deck over in Japan. It's very popular and very powerful, and they are currently in the Phantasmal Flames format. Don't really think this deck gets any new support from Phantasmal Flames. I could be wrong about that. But this deck is going to be sticking around for quite a while, up until our rotation next year, as it is part of the G block. But for the run it's had a pretty good run, and it's done incredibly, incredibly well. And it's kind of made me a fan of the deck. I might pick it up at some point, or just play it up on live until the deck eventually rotates next year. I'd like to thank you all for watching this video. Let me know in the comments your thoughts about Gholdengo. Have you been a firm believer in this deck ever since it released? Have you recently picked up the deck? How do you find it? What do you like about it? What do you not like about it? Do let me know in the comments. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, all of that nonsense. All and any support is greatly appreciated, and you, yes you watching this video, take care.